Immortal, Chapter 17. Author's note: I said stop flimging das trio. If you're prepped and not read it, you can tell whether you're a prep or not by my quiz. It's on my homepage. If you're not, then you rock. If you are, then fuck off. 'Cause Willow isn't really a prep. Raven pulls do this, he'll promise to give you back your poster. Tom Riddle gave us some clothes and stuff for free. He said that he would help us with makeup if you wanted, 'cause he was really into fashion and stuff. He's bisexual. Hagrid kept shooting at us to come back to Hogwarts. What, Hagrid? I shouted angrily. Fuck off, you fucking bastard. Well, anyway, Willow came. Hagrid went away angrily. Hey bitch, you look kawaii, she said. Yeah, but not as kawaii as you, I answered sadly, 'cause Willow's really pretty and everything. She's wearing a short black corset thingy with blood-red lace on it and black blood-red miniskirt, leather fishnets and black pointy boots that showed off how pale she was. She had a really nice body with big bobs and everything. She was thin enough to be anorexic. So, are you going to the concert with Draco? She asked. Yeah, I said happily. I'm going with Diablo, she answered happily. Well, anyway, Draco and Diablo came. They were both looking extremely hot and sexy, and you could tell they thought we were hot too. Diablo was wearing a black t-shirt that said 666 on it. He was wearing tons of makeup just like Marilyn Manson. Draco was wearing black leather pants, a gothic black GC t-shirt, and black Vans he got from the Warped Tower. Bloody March was going to the concert with Dracola. Dracola used to be called Navel, but it turned out that he was kidnapped at birth and his real family were vampires. They died in a car crash. Navel converted to Satanism and he went to goth. He was in Slytherin now. He was wearing a black warped t-shirt, black jeans and shoes and black hair with red streaks in it. We call him Dracula now. Well, anyway, we all went to Draco's black Mercy Benz, get it 'cause we're gpuffic, that his dad Lucian gave him. We did pot, coke and crack. Draco and I made out. We made fun of those stupid fucking preps. We soon got there. I gasped. Gerard was the sexiest guy ever. He looked even sexier than he did in pics. He had long raven black hair and piercing blue eyes. He was really skinny, had an amazing ethnic voice. We marched to Helena and some other songs. Suddenly Gerard pulled off his mask. So did the other members. I gasped. It wasn't Gerard at all. It was an ugly, preppy man with no nose and red eyes. Everyone ran away but me and Draco. Draco and I came. It was Volsemort and the Death Dealers. You moronic idiots, he shouted angstily. Enoby, I told you to kill vampire. Thou have failed. And now I shall kill thou and Draco. No, no, please, we begged sadly, but he took out his knife. Suddenly a gothic old man flew in on his broomstick. He had long black hair and a long black beard. He was wearing a black robe that said Avril Lavigne on the back. He shot at a smell and Volsemort ran away. It was Dumblydore. Chapter 18. Author's note: I said stop flamming. If you do, then you're a fucking prep. Thanks to Raven for the help and stuff. You rock. And you're not a prep. Thanks for my suitor. 'Cause the order S on Dumbledore's for is 'cause he trained to be gothic, so duh. I woke up the next day in my coffin. I walked out of it and put on some black eyeliner, black eyeshadow, blood-bed lipstick, and a black, really low-cut leather dress that was all ripped and striped so you could see my belly. I was wearing a skull belly ring with black and red diamonds inside it. The night before, Draco and I went back to the skull. Get it, skull, 'cause I'm gothic and I like death. Dumbledore chased Volsemort away. We flew there on our brooms. Mine was black and the broom stuff was blood red. There was lace all over it. Draco had a black MCR broom. We flew back to our rooms and we had you-know-what to a Linkin Park song. Well, anyway, I went down to the Great Hall. There all the walls were painted black and the tables were black too. But you could see that there was pink paint underneath the black paint. And there were posters of poser bands everywhere, like Ashley Simpson and the Backstreet Boys. What I shouted, going to sit next to Bloody Mary and Willow. Bloody Mary was wearing a black leather mini with a good Schwaloot t-shirt, black fishnets and black pointy boots. Willow was wearing a long gothic black dress with blood red writing that was all lacy and came up to your thighs, and black boots and fishnets. Vampire, Dracula and Draco came. We started to talk about who was sexier, Mikey or Gerard Way or Billy Joe Armstrong. The boys joined in because they were bi. Those guys are so fucking hot. Navel was saying as suddenly a gothic old man with a black beard and everything came. He was the same one who had chased away Volsemort yesterday. He had normal tan skin, but he was wearing white foundation and he had dyed his hair black. Dumblydore? One? We all gasped. What? I shouted angrily. I thought he was just wearing that to scare Volsemort. Hello everyone, he said happily. As you can see, I gave the room a makeover. What do you think about it? Everyone from the poser table in Gryffindor started to cheer. Well, me goths just looked at each other all disgusted and shook our heads. We couldn't believe what a poser he was, one. BTW, you can call me Albert, he called as we left to our classes. What a fucking poser, Draco shouted angrily as we to transformation. We were holding hands. Vampire looked really jealous. I could see him crying blood in a gothic way. Get it, lick Gerard? But I didn't say anything. I bet he's having a midlife crisis, Willow shouted. I was so fucking angry. Chapter 19. Author's note. Pull stop flaming the story. If you do, then you're a fucking prep and you're jealous. Arc 1-1. From knock un im gong to dealt your men revoils. 1-1-1. BTW. Ever need a poor blood, so duh 1. Thanks to Raven form and our help 1-1. All day we sat angrily thinking about Dumblydore. We were so fucking pissed off. Well, I had one thing to look forward to, the MCR concert. It had been postponed, so we could all go. Anyway, I went to the common room, sadly to cut classes. Draco was being all secretive. I asked what it was, and he got all mad at me and started crying, all hot and angsty. Sensitive bi guy, so hot. No one fucking understands me, one, he shouted angrily as his black hair went in his big blue eyes like Billy Joe and Boulevard of Borkin Dreams. He was wearing black baggy pants, a black MCR shirt and a black dye. Get it instead of tie, 'cause in Gothic. I was wearing a black leather low-cut top with chains all over it and a black leather mini, black high-held boots and a cross-belly thing. My hair was all up in a messy, really high bun like Amy Leanne Gong under. Email me if you want to see the pic. Accuse me? What about me? I growled. But, he grunted. You fucking bastard, I moaned. No, wait, it's not what it fucking looks like, he shouted, but it was too late. I knew what I heard. I ran to the bathroom angrily. Kring! Draco banged on the door. I whipped and wept as my baldy eyeliner streamed down my cheeks and made cool tears down my faces like Benji in the video for girls and boys. Raven, that is so our video. I took out a cigarette and started to smoke pot. Suddenly Hagrid came. He had apparated. You gave me a fucking shock, I shouted angrily, dropping my pot. What do you think you're doing in the girls' room? Only it wasn't just Hagrid. Someone else was with him too. For a second I wanted it to be Tom Ridd or maybe Draco, but it was Dumblydore. Hey, I need to ask you a question, he said, pulling out his black wannabe gothic purse. What are you wearing to the concert? You know who MCR are? I gasped. No, I just thought there was a concert that lots of goths and punks were going to, he said. Anyway, Draco has a surprise for you. Chapter 20. Author's note. I said I do not care what you think. Stop flamming Arc Preps 1. Thanks to Raven for the help 1. Oh yeah, but we'll be on vacation in Transylvania for the next 3 days, so do not expect updates. All day I wondered what the surprise was. Meanwhile, I put on a black leather mini, a black corset with purple lace stuff all over it, and black gothic compact boots. MCR were going to do the concert again, since Volsemort had taken over the last one. I slit my wrists while I moshed to MCR in my bedroom all night, feeling excited. Suddenly, someone knocked on the door while I was trying on some black clothes and moshing to Thank You for the Venom. I got all mad and turned it off, but secretly I hopped inside that it was Draco so we could do it again. What the fucking hell are you doing? I shouted angrily. It was Lupin. Are you gonna come rape me or what? I yelled. I was allowed to say that because Dumbledore had told us all to be careful around him and Snap since he was a pedo. Act, Shelley. Get it? Hell, can I please borrow some condoms? He growled angrily. Yeah, so you can fuck your 6-year-old girlfriend, huh? I shouted sarcastically. Fucker, he said, gong away. Well, anyway, I put on some black eyeshadow, black eyeliner, and some black lipstick and white foundation. Then I went. Then I gasped. Snake and Loopin were in the middle of the empty hall, doing it, and Dobby was watching one. Oh my god, you ludicrous idiot! They both shouted angrily when they saw me. Dobby ran away crying. They got up, though. Normally I would have been turned on. I love seeing guys do it, but both of them were fucking preps. But where Snake is mobbed to Gryffindor now. Is that why you wanted condoms? I asked sadistically. See, I spelled that. Only you wouldn't give them to me, Lumpkin shouted angrily. Well, you should have told me, I replied. You dimwit, Snake began to shoot angrily. And then I took out my black camera and took a pic of them. You could see that they were naked and everything. Well, excuse me, they both shouted angrily. What was that all about? It was to blackmail you, I snarked. So now next time you see me doing it with my boyfriend, you can't fucking rat me out or I'll show this to Dumbledore. So fuck off, you bastards. I started to run. They chased me, but I threw my wound at them and they tripped over it. Well, anyway, I went outside and there was a vampire, looking extremely fucking hot. Where'd Draco? I asked him. Oh, he's being a fucking bastard. He told me he wouldn't come. Vampire said, shaking his head. You want to come with me to the concert? Then he showed me his flying car. I gasped. It was a black car. He said his dog father, Sirius Black, had given it to him. The license plate on the front said MCR 666 on it. The one on the back said Enoby on it. I gasped. We flew to the concert hall. MCR were there, playing. Vampire and I began to make out, moshing to the music. I gasped, looking at the band. I almost had an orgasm. Gerard was so fucking hot. He began to sing Helena, and his sexy, beautiful voice began to fill the hall. And then I heard someone crying. I turned and saw Draco crying in a corner.